Solve the problem, but make it easy. That's the two things that you need to focus on if you're working with clients on a high level of service. Solve the problem, but make it easy. Okay? Why these two things? Because they are in balance on a scale. You don't want one to get too heavy. Okay? And here's what I mean by that. The solving the problem part is the tactical solution that you are deploying against the problem, which means it could be complicated. It could be difficult. It could be blood, sweat, and tears in there. But are you going to whine about it and cry about it to your client? Nope. Why? Because we're trying to make it easy for them. You see, it doesn't matter how hard it is to solve the problem. We're also trying to make it easy. It's just as important in the whole picture. Because I see my client, whatever my client wants to do, I'm going to do. I'll make a video about their dog that's Netflix quality with I'll fly across the world and make it the best one ever. Whatever they want to do, I'll do. But, the whole thing is, that's what I'm saying. It's about the service. So much of it. It's not just about solving the problem, but it's about doing what they want to do and making it easy and making it happen in an easy way. How I think about it is my client, I want it to be as easy as, I want it to be like an appliance, as Steve Jobs said, right? I want my clients working with us to be as easy as basically hitting a button that says video. That's our goal. That's how I see it today. Basically as close to that as possible. And I have to say, we are pretty close to that. Basically as close as we can come. Because once you get going with a client, especially after, a couple months or, dozens of episodes or videos or whatever, you should be pretty good at doing that, like efficient, and not need that much communication. And I'll make another video about how the communication with clients, which is an art and a science and very important. But, overall, you want to make it easy for them. So the point is that even no matter how hard the job is, the solution is, no matter if you had to swim across the Hudson River and crawl through mud, I'm not going to bring it back to my client complaining ever, really. Unless they're asking me for something that directly costs money and I need to confirm it practically, right? I'm not bothering them. Once I have the mission, I'm good. I'm on it. I'll let you know if there's any problems. But you see, if I would say that, I'm going to let you know if there's a big problem, but that I need keyword need their opinion for. But I'm not going to let them know the small little problems that I dealt with along the way. They don't care. They don't need to know. They don't want to know. And maybe I'll bring it up if I think they should know, or we're just talking about it casually. But small little things, technical things, they mean nothing. It doesn't matter. It's a complete waste of time to let them know. And my clients are busy people. Everyone's busy, quote, but I'm just saying, you're saving them time. That's valuable. You're saving them time by solving the problem, but making it easy. You see? You're not going to get into 3 hours of discussion about how difficult it was to solve the problem if it was difficult. Okay, I've done crazy things for clients and we never got to debrief it and talk about how great we are. That's just not the nature of it, unfortunately. Closest thing you can do is probably make a YouTube video about it. So you want to make it look easy for the client, no matter how difficult it was or stressful it was, okay? Even when they were asking something, let's talk about when they ask for something impossible. How do you make it look easy? Well, you have to identify what your client's goal truly is and just optimize everything for the goal, which sometimes means sacrificing small things, right? That might take time or whatever. I'll make a video about an example of this There's many, dozens. But there's always sacrifices that have to be made sometimes. Let's say you only have an hour to set up, which has happened before, or less, right? You'll have to sacrifice some things. You can't do so many things, as many things as you'd like in a 3-hour setup, right? You have to, life is all about sacrifices, guys. Life is about choices and sacrifices, and so is things like video and audio and client services. You have solving problems, right? It's solving problems, but make it easy. The client doesn't even know usually, what's difficult for you or not necessarily when you're doing this. If you're doing this right, your client has no idea what is difficult or not, because it doesn't even matter, because you just do it all well. And you don't seem to complain or you have any issues. Trust me, that's a good thing. It's a good thing. That means that you guys need to speak less, which inherently means the trust is higher there, the respect is higher. I mean, you're literally replacing multiple people if you can act like this. That's my goal. I mean, that's the goal of my self and my career, is to like be so good we can that I could replace multiple people, and my team could replace multiple people too. I feel like that's the only way it really works, honestly. You got to get superstars on the team, it's just too much work to deal with 5 or 6 people and make it look easy, by the way. I guess that's another factor here I should mention. To solve the problem and make it look easy, you should have really, really, really good people on your team, and a small team. All right? Think SEAL Team 6 here, not the general infantry of the army of thousands of people, okay? 24 guys and not like 10,000. All right? You don't need 10,000 people to get something done. You could do it with a small group of elite people. And honestly, if you look at history, every single high stakes mission, high stakes project, like Skunk Works at Lockheed Martin, that developed all these planes and spy planes and all the best planes that America made in World War II and the Cold War. Lockheed Martin Skunk Works, that they make the F-22 and the B-2 bomber. And also, the point is, it's a small team, right? Apple with the Macintosh team, small team. So many awesome things were made by really small elite teams. So why, that seems very true in the world. So I would go that direction. I was going to say, why go the other way? Why don't just brute force it, so to speak, with a lot of people. If you can be a small team, you can be more flexible, nimble. You can pivot faster on your feet, so to speak. Move quicker, and deploy solutions quicker. I only have to call one person if I have to have even a big project to work on. I only have to call one person to coordinate a little bit with for 30 minutes or less, and then we could be good on a project potentially. If I had to, but I am more involved than that usually. So yeah, guys, when you're working with clients on a really, really high level, you want to solve the problem, but make it look easy. And you're not going to get the freaking glory all the time for pulling off these solutions that are insane. You're not going to get it from them. They already paid you, okay? They don't need to give you glory for that too. The appreciation, first of all, their dollars are appreciation directly by paying you. So I don't really need much extra, but just the fact that they keep working with you is usually a sign that they appreciate you and like you. People can fire you or not work with you at any point, whether you're a employee or you're a freelancer, so to speak. Either way, you're actually pretty vulnerable in America. In America, you can get fired at any time for any reason, basically. It's not like that in Japan or other places. So, all the more reason to be good, to be the best, to try to be the best. And you could do that by solving the problem and make it easy. If you solve the problem and make it easy, you're never getting fired. That's my theory. I mean, there's people who are, so there's a concept of like be easy to work with, right? That like you can, and in corporate America, there's a concept that sometimes you can be so easy to work with, so friendly, whatever, that you can suck and still stay around. Okay, I'm not familiar with this because I don't come from this world. But apparently you can suck, but be so friendly and, I don't know, charming, good looking or whatever, that you could stay around. Don't be that. That's not going to work with anyone who's actually high performance, like entrepreneurs. Be the person who is, a balance of extremely good and making it easy. So with that, I'll let you guys go. Leave any questions or comments in the comments down below. Appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.